This works exactly as planned. The composter module will not yet be switched on though, because we need to rebuild the plant channels first and also add plants.
Hiedalle.
Today's mission: a hole in the IBC tank. Water will be pumped to the top drawer of the Aquaponics Composter Module, which will then trickle through the compost. There is a hose attached for the outflow. Find a way to connect it to the IBC. Tip: the outflow should be the lowest point of the Aquaponics Composter Module. Okay, let's see. Last time Conrad added some sawdust into the compost drawer as bedding for the black soldier fly larvae to crawl through. For today's mission, we need to find a way to connect the hose from the bottom drawer of the Aquaponics Composter Module to the IBC tank. The pipe cannot be higher than the bottom drawer at any point and should also be lower than the drain. The only way to achieve this will be to drill a hole into the IBC. For that we probably need this electric drill. Let's go! So the hole will be in the side of the IBC tank above the filter tank, right about here. And this is the hose which will be attached to the feed-through placed in the cutout. To protect the aquarium glass of the filter tank from damage, let's quickly put some scrap wood on top, covering the area where we will be drilling. We are now ready to drill, while using a Forstner bit in the right diameter, just large enough for the thread of the feed-through fitting to fit through. I actually do not like drilling into the IBC because it damages the tank and also creates potential weak spots, which could end up in a leaking tank. This time, however, this was the only possibility and the hole is far above the water level, which is more or less constant around the 500 liter mark of the IBC tank. We can now add the feed-through fitting. There are some seal rings attached which will help closing the hole. The threaded piece of the fitting will be sticking out above the filter tank and we will attach the hose onto this thread, which increases the grip. Last season, the outflow of the compost ended in the filter tank, but then some of the larvae which wandered into the bottom drawer ended up in the filter tank as well. Now all the organic debris from the compost as well as any worms or larvae get washed into the fish tank, serving as food for the fish. The compost liquid entering the fish tank will be more concentrated than last season, but the goldfish can handle it, and with the potential extra food they will learn to love it as well. It's a very tight fit and needs some wiggling, but this helps holding the hose in place. There will also be no movement here later. With all the pieces in place and the hose attached, we can run a test now. For better accessibility and visibility, I remove the lower compost drawer and pull out the collection tray. With a bucket of fresh water, we can test if the water gets into the IBC tank. It takes a while until the tray is filled enough to overflow. The water overflows through a feed-through in the collection drawer, flows into the hose, which exits the composter housing, flows along the edge of the filter tank and enters through the just installed feed-through, flowing into the IBC tank. This works exactly as planned. The composter module will not yet be switched on though, because we need to rebuild the plant channels first and also add plants. Otherwise we will have too many nutrients in the system and not enough root structure to filter it out, which would be bad for the fish, I suppose. The composter, however, is ready now for this season's black soldier fly colony. This concludes today's mission. Subscribe for the next episode and leave some feedback in the comments below. You could also check out this video.
Or if it's your birthday, maybe this one.
Hiedalle.